gonna start right here, because, I mean, look how pretty these things are. Wow. I like the look of these. Let's give them a few hits, see how they perform. But they look so pretty. Guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here in the wonderful bay in McGurk's and Leopardstown as usual. Nowhere better to be, and I've got 3 beautiful Callaway irons in my hand. We have got Callaway Apex MB, Apex Pro, and then Apex CB. 3 beautiful new irons from Callaway. Do I want to hit them? I do want to hit them, but they are just beautiful to look at. You want some bag candy. This is a good way to go. This is beautiful. Right, let's give them a little hit. We'll start with the Apex Pro. So we've got Apex Pro here in hand. I have to say, looks beautiful. So it does, it's just a nice slim top line. Can't see any of the back of the club, it just looks so nice. And Callaway have actually gone for a hollow back design in this iron, which for an iron this size is quite nice, because you don't usually see a hollow back kind of designed iron that's so small. Usually they're a little bit bigger. Well, at least I find anyway. So it's nice to see it in this teeny tiny little head, which is lovely. It's not the smallest head Callaway do. The MB would be the smallest head. This is kind of like a little step up for a little more help, which that one's gonna need, and which that one gets. So the hollow back design is great for this, because what they're able to do is they're able to put a 90-gram tungsten weight running along the bottom of the club. And what that does is exactly what I just showed. Helps when you thin the crap out of it. But that's okay. We like a bit of help. So we do. It's actually the first time Callaway have put a AI flash, well actually I don't think it's the flash one, AI face designed iron into the players market. So the AI is their artificial intelligence, the one that they've been using, their big massive supercomputer that they've been using to design their driver faces for the last couple of years. So it's really nice to see them put that flash design into the AI design face into a player's iron, because it's just designed to keep your ball speed up, keep your spin nice off them off-center hits. So it's really just a really helpful player's iron. And I mean, you're not going to say no to a bit of help. Doesn't matter how good a ball striker you are. So let's go into the MB and see if we have much of a difference. That was a good little hit. They sound great, they feel great. Beautiful little line. Okay, Apex MB. This is beautiful. This is so small, you feel like you have to talk softly to it. Scared you might scare it. It's so small. Looks fragile. Looks beautiful. So it does. It is tiny though. Wow. Right. Let's give it a little knock. Be very soft with it. Wonder if it feels very soft as well then. It feels very soft. I have to say actually, that actually feels surprisingly soft. I expected that to feel quite similar to the Pro. It really doesn't. Feels a lot softer, which would be interesting for combo sets actually, because you kind of want them feeling quite similar. But I suppose if you're looking for a little extra help in the longer irons and you go to a combo with the Pro, you're going to give it a little, it's going to feel a little different. So Callaway have moved away from the hollow back design in this. Obviously a blade is a little piece of metal attached to the shaft, so you're not going to be able to get a hollow back design in there. For your traditional blade look and feel, my goodness, these feel good. Wow. Yeah. This is just so nice. Like, why, Callaway, why do you make a club so nice? This is unbelievable. Like, I will admit, it's not helpful. Like, you mishit this thing, you're gonna know about it. it ain't gonna be friendly with you. But even in the bag, I'd say a set of these look beautiful. 1025 forged construction, so very soft from a single billet. They look lovely. Yeah, you're not going to get anything that kind of will outperform this in a blade. Like a blade, blades are all going to perform very, very similar. The real comparison with them all is the finer details you can go into. Feel and looks is really what ties people over with blades. Like they're all pretty similar. Callaway have gone a little step further in this. There you go, look at the back of the club. You've got this screw in the back. It's not adjustable. It's not an adjustable blade, it's a bit funny. So where the Pro has the 90 grams of tungsten in the hollow body design, this Callaway are able to switch in and out different weights in the back of the club. That was nearly a shank. They can switch out different weights in the back of the club just to help with dialing in optimal swing weight when custom building clubs. I really don't want to stop hitting this. This is so nice. But we should move on, have a look at the CB and see how it compares. It's going to be a little bigger than this, but let's have a look. Now we've got Apex CB. This is tasty. It's a little bit chunkier. You can tell it by looking at it in your hand. It's going to offer a little bit more help than I would say both Apex MB and Apex Pro. Is a good looking club. Still quite a squat little profile, like it looks really nice, I have to say. It is just a little bit chunkier than the Apex MB. Oh, feels a little more like, feels a little stronger, I will admit. It's got a little interchangeable weight, well, uninterchangeable for us, same as the MB, so Callaway can take this kind of weighted plate out of the back and dial in swing weight when custom building as well. Forged head, so it does feel lovely. Just has a little bit thicker sole than the other two. By the looks of things, it just looks a little more helpful when you're kind of coming down into the ball, just offer a little bit more forgiveness through the turf. Is again a very nice looking club. It is just a beautiful little range of irons that Callaway have made. Ball speed does seem to be a little bit hotter off this, so we're able to pick up a little bit of yardage. But to be honest, I think if you put down, hang on, let's get the other two, have a little look. Mix them up a bit. If you put the three of them down together, like that's obviously the MB, I can see that straight away. Pro and C, oh, it's tough, I have to say. The Pro top line is a fraction smaller, but it's not huge. They do look quite similar. This is just a little bit hotter. If you're looking for a nice feeling iron that picks up a little bit of ball speed, a little bit of yardage, I'd say this Apex CB would be a great one to look at. Just ball speed seems to be floating a bit more closer to that 130 for me. So it does just look like it's a little bit hotter, but still looks beautiful. So it does. So that was quite mishit actually. Yeah, and that kind of stayed in a good distance. That was quite out of the toe. So that just shows that little bit extra help that it has over the other two, which is not a bad thing at all. So three beautiful looking clubs, all feel really good, although feel slightly different. So if you're looking for quite a specific feel, you'll probably find it in these three heads. Let's have a little look at the the data of them couple of hits and see how they compare. Right, let's have a peek, see what we've got. So we got CB MB 21 there in front of us, and I was spot on. The ball speed is that kind of little bit higher with the CB, as I kind of expected. Distance is obviously up a little bit more with it as well, getting that little more peak height just from higher launch with that lower center of gravity with that big weight attached to the back of the club. All in all though, spin rate is good with the 3, little bit lower with Apex Pro 21, but that is probably down to the fin I hit with it, just bringing that launch and that spin down a little bit more. I did really miss-hit one of them, so good test of the forgiveness of the club. I think that Apex MB, Apex Pro combo set is just a really good runner, really, for anyone looking for that little extra help in the long irons. We can see there in the 7 irons that I hit that the distance, nothing really in it. Launch very similar, peak height very similar, spin very similar, but like it's all, they marry up so well. It's such an easy little combo set. And then the CB, just that little jump up in potential distance. Certainly, if you're looking for a nice tidy little club head, this is a great range to look at. So if it's a distance battle, it's a pretty convincing win for the CB. It's that little bit faster, a little bit hotter off the face. But these aren't designed for distance. These are your pretty ball strikers, players golf clubs, and Callaway have done it really well this year. Just some really beautiful, I just can't get over how nice they look. They just look so good down by the ball. Certainly one to have a little look at if you are in that kind of low handicap category and you're looking for a change to something that's going to give you as much control over your golf ball as possible. Them Apex Pros, great looking club, offer you a little bit more help than the MB, so like I was kind of saying throughout the shots there, a combo set might be a good idea. But they're just beautiful, really good looking. They've got the 20 V grooves in them as well. That's to kind of reduce your flyers from the rough. Just again, it's all about spin control and distance control with these kinds of clubs. When you miss-hit them, you miss-hit them. You're going to get a bit of help from the CB and the Pro model, but your MB ain't going to do much for you. So it isn't. Just give you something pretty to look at. Guys, thanks for tuning into today's video. If you want to book in for a fit for these pretty little things, I'll leave a link as always in the description down below, and you can come in here to McGurk's in Leopardstown with myself, Stephen, and hopefully we will get you set up for a nice tasty little set of irons for your game. Loads of shaft options as well in these, so will be plenty of options to pick from. We'll catch you soon, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please give this video a little like and subscribe to the channel as well. Let's get to 100 as soon as we can. We've only just started off, but let's get to 100 quickly. Thanks for all your support, and we'll see you soon.